All right, what's up, man?
Yo, 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 what's
Yo.
going on?
All right, so tell me about yourself.
Dude, man, where do I even start? My name's JB.
There we go.
I currently run a paid community where we teach people how to go viral, how to grow your personal brand. I'm also, I don't know if I can really talk about this because I'm not fully on yet, but I'm getting onboarded to a content agency that works with a lot of the biggest business minds out there. Grant
Absolutely.
Cardone, Ryan Pineda, all those guys. So
Dope.
yeah, and I've generated a little over 100 million views across social media.
There we go.
A little over 1 million followers across social media between my theme pages, past client. I used to run a content agency, so past client results and stuff like that. But
Very cool.
yeah, and I'm 21, and the reason I say that is because you're what?
I'm 19.
19.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tell me about yourself.
Well,
Let everybody know.
I mean, it's nothing impressive, but my name is Alex Kramer, and I'm pretty much one of the most basic run-of-the-mill entrepreneurs where, a kid wants to make $1 million. So you go on YouTube or TikTok, search up how to make money online. I've tried everything. So drop shipping, Amazon FBA, eBay arbitrage, Facebook Marketplace reselling, almost everything I've tried. And I give up very easily. So maybe if I would have persisted and stayed along, a little bit more longer into the business, I would have succeeded.
Yeah.
But I wanted something quick and kind of fast. So you would be thinking TikTok or, Instagram. Those are the ways to get views very quickly because of the short form content.
Yeah.
It's very easy to make and, very easy to go viral on it. But for me, that's essentially how I started. So whenever I was 12 years old, started up a YouTube channel, grew it all the way up to 120,000 subscribers. Then it got banned. So now I kind of, switched my focus and I wanted to learn a little bit more about how to do content. So I switched from, TikTok and Instagram, what you mainly do. I also tried out YouTube. And as I was doing pretty good on TikTok and Instagram, getting maybe, 20,000, 15,000 views on some of the videos for average, it wasn't really fulfilling. I didn't really feel like I was helping out a lot of people. I wanted to go into depth. So I started up doing YouTube. At the point, I wasn't really selling anything. So, I just launched a simple video teaching people how to do X, Y, Z. And for some reason, I still have those channels like 6 years ago, still getting views to this day. So I pretty much do YouTube full time now, along with obviously my own brand, but that's essentially what I stick on.
Yeah, and we were talking about that earlier because each social media platform is different in its own way. You have TikTok where you can post your fourth video and it blows up to 1 million views
Exactly.
with no primed account. And then you have platforms like YouTube. While they do favor long form, but both short form and long form, a common kind of theme with YouTube is that you can get a video to go viral, and then a year later, it's still getting millions of views.
Exactly.
Which is unheard of with TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, a couple weeks out, your video could still be getting a bunch of views on TikTok or Instagram, but a year, 2 years, no way. No way. That's unheard of. And so that's what I love about YouTube, because it's such a long-term play. I mean, you could post 5 videos, and those 5 videos are going to get views.
No, bro, exactly. Whenever I posted on TikTok, it's not that I was bad at it. On top of that, I just, didn't like it. But I would post on TikTok. I would get videos, maybe 10, 20, 50,000, 100,000 views, whatever. The video would die, though. It's like the term TikTok. Your time is ticking lower until it just dies completely. Like, do you still have a TikTok to this day that is still bringing you thousands of views every single day?
No. And it's so inconsistent. That's what I love about YouTube too, is that a lot of the established creators, they could stop posting right now.
Yeah.
Assuming, their engagement is good right now. They could stop posting and still get paid a lot of money for months and months, even probably years on end, depending on how established they are. And that's not a thing on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
It's just not. I love YouTube. It's such a long-term play.
Yeah, no,
I honestly, personally need to be pushing it a lot more. But I've been neglecting it, man. It is tough.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Because I'm in the short form game. So,
exactly.
Short form, I've gotten to the point where I can post every single day, and it's not a problem for me.
Yeah.
Like it's really not that much work. Especially, if you have outsource editors and stuff like that. But YouTube, YouTube's a whole different game.
For me, the way that I put it, like it's like a godly platform to put content on, because with TikTok and Instagram, like you said, you're posting every single day. Even though you streamline the whole process, you still have to sit down and record, assuming that you don't like sit down and record 5-10 TikToks just in one sitting.
Yeah.
That's like painful. I could never do that. And all I do is just post or record one video every single week. It's like a 10-20 minute YouTube tutorial. And I have a video, for example, I posted 5 months ago. It is still my top performing video. It's what's bringing me all my sales. So no, like I said, we're in two different worlds, but that's just what I put on YouTube. It could be completely different. It's just the niche that I'm in, but all of it is through SEO. It's through search.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a cool thing about YouTube too, is because obviously they're owned by Google, so SEO is a big part on YouTube. So I've heard.
No, that's
YouTube
right.
expert,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's cool because like you have evergreen YouTube videos too, that'll always pop up. You know, the how-to videos are like the most basic, you know, generic videos that do so well on YouTube. How to grow X amount of followers on social media.
Exactly.
How to fix this thing in my car. Like the same videos, as long as they're, you know, towards the top because they have a lot of views, are always going to be showing up 10 years down the line.
Yeah.
If I have to fix something, I don't look at the instructions. I just go to YouTube and find the video.
Exactly.
And the video might be 10 years old, but I mean, if it gets the job done and it's still, you know, it's still works, then it's going to continue to get views.
I completely understand that. I mean, we go on YouTube every single day without even realizing it, search up simple things. And, you know, there are people out there that already provide those solutions. It's just like any other business. You go on Google, search it up. Their business is just established. They already put it out there. They're going to get evergreen clients. But I mean, going back to your short form game, you're still in it, obviously, and I respect you for that, because I couldn't do that, so you're doing good at that. What exactly is your plan? Like, how do you go about making your content every single day, and what do you plan for the future?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've the way I've been able to sustain, you know, posting every single day, I mean, first and foremost was outsourcing editing.
Right.
Editing is a pain in the butt. I'm not going to say that, you know, it can't be done. I mean, you can 100% get a video edited and ready to post in 15 minutes. However, it's just, I'm very picky with my short form.
Yeah.
And also, I love having visuals, like a lot of visuals on what I'm talking about. And so I just needed to hire an editor just because I wanted that quality to be there. And so, and quality is also positioning. I've always said, you know, quality equals professionalism. If you have low quality videos, then you are going to be seen, no matter if you are someone who has all the answers out there, you are going to be seen as not as professional as the guy who has a $1,000 camera and is just yapping on camera.
Exactly.
It's just bottom line. So that was one thing, outsourcing editors. And then the next thing was just getting good at, one, ideation, and two, batch recording. Yeah. So a lot of people think that if their goal is to post every single day for the next 30 days, they think in their mind that they need to click record on the camera every single day of that month to get a video ready for that day. And that just couldn't be further from efficient. The way that I go about it, and the way that a lot of creators who do this full time go about it, is just batch recording, and it just means recording multiple videos in one sitting. I hit the camera and I say what's on my mind about one topic. I stop it, and then I click record again and start talking about a different topic. And then I just give it to my editor to cut it up and everything. But I'm oversimplifying it, but that's essentially how I go about it, and that's essentially how I don't, one, get burned out, and two, can stay consistent with posting every single day. If I record 5 videos in one sitting, I have 5 days now that I don't have to record. So that's really how I kind of stay consistent with it, and how, you know, my plan for the future is going to look. It's just going to continue batch recording. You know, in terms of strategy, right now I'm kind of in the testing phase. So about a year ago, for context, I was posting kind of interview style content. So I was interviewing different people, and it was doing really well. It blew up big time. But it gave me an initial following, which was great because it gave me results to have in my portfolio and whatever. But and then I eventually stopped that. I started the content agency to, you know, I stopped content so that I could focus on the content agency.
Yeah.
But no, I more recently started posting. I'm pretty active on social media now. Because of this community. I mean, I want to show people that it is possible to grow to even if you're at 10,000 followers, go from 10,000 to 100,000.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so I'm in that position where I'm putting out value. I'm testing a lot of things. And, you know, when you're first starting to grow, even though I do have that initial following, because I haven't been posting for the past year, testing is a big thing that I'm doing right now. So testing different series, like for example, one series is doing exceptionally well, or just performing better than the other ones, and it's called Viral Video Breakdowns. So I literally just take a video that got over 1 million views and break it down and show you exactly why it got 1 million views, and what were the key performers in that. So, and so I'm doubling down on that. So I just posted a viral video breakdown today. I'm posting another one like tomorrow or the next day. And so that's just something you have to do when you're first starting out with short form is just testing different things. I can imagine it's similar for long form, but
Sure.
Just testing completely different series, different angles. You could be talking about the same thing, but if you can maybe position it a different way.
Yeah.
Just doing that and testing and then seeing, even if something doesn't blow up, like if your average is 500 views and one video gets 1,600 views, look at what you did in that video and then double down on that and start posting that. And then start testing different variations of that, because that's the only way you're going to go viral and you're going to grow. Because if you continue posting the same thing and it's still not, it's the literal definition of insanity.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Yeah.
So testing different things is like such a big thing when you're first starting out. And yeah, that's really just kind of the phase I'm in right now.
Yeah, no, I get that, because, you know, the content that is on your page, it doesn't matter how good your quality is, how consistent you upload, how optimized your profile is. It's just, you know, if you don't give a good idea, if you don't give value, you know, the content's essentially useless in a point. So, I mean, the way that you content creators, especially for short form content creators, since you have to make multiple videos to, I guess, compete with other people, it's good the way that you do ideation. It's hard for me because, in a sense, for you, if you get a viral video, you can remake it multiple times, because, you know, the way that people click on my video, they see it on their homepage and they look at the title and the thumbnail. For you, they don't really pick whether they want to watch it. You just see it on your feed and then there it is. And if they've never seen you before, it's just a different variation. Your follow rate is going to go through the roof. But it's a good way that you go about it. You know, for me, if I get a viral video, you know, the most amount of views that I've gotten on this personal channel that I have, which is Alex Kramer on YouTube. I'll get into that more later. But I just simply posted a video, exactly complete step-by-step tutorial on how to start TikTok Shop Affiliate. Yeah. That I can't exactly repeat because there's so many tutorials I can make. People already know exactly what to do. Yeah. So, I mean, the advantage that you have, you can make it unlimited times. Yeah. But yeah, and the thing for YouTube as well, like you said earlier, as we talked, short form is super easy to do. You can just click record, test like 10 different video ideas. For me, long form, if you really want to make a good video, like you said, you're trying to be perfect with it, which I am too. It took me like 2 weeks to find an editor to give me the style that I want. Yeah. You know, it's kind of like a big like crypto project. Like you got to spend a lot of time putting this and putting that together. If it does bad, I mean, shoot, you're back to zero. You got to redo it. So for me, it's a consistency game. So for me to weirdly be sticking to something that usually takes a long time to get results, I just so happen to get lucky and get like a couple hundred views on my first video, and then now it's at like 50,000. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot more that goes into YouTube in the sense that, with short form, you don't have to. You can literally pick up the camera and start yapping.
Oh, yeah.
And you can go viral.
Mm-hmm.
It obviously helps to understand like what helps a short form video go viral, but with YouTube, there's a lot more that goes into it. I mean, I guess there's always the chance that you could go viral from picking up the camera and talking for 10 minutes.
Oh, bro,
right?
if I was on YouTube and I got a viral video, I'd be in the new house by now. It's crazy.
And that's the other thing. Like, even though the barrier to entry for a YouTube video to go viral is a lot higher than short form, it pays off a lot better.
Absolutely.
A lot better. So, but yeah, everything, from the thumbnail to the title, then to the first 3 seconds, there's consistencies between both short form and
Yeah. There's even a hook in there. Still matters.
Yeah,
So
it's the first, like, I mean, I guess you can maybe extend it to like 5 seconds with YouTube. But I've always heard, I've been trying to take mental notes of, like, guys like Mr. Beast who, have been having insane success on YouTube, and just seeing kind of how they structure their videos, because, to the regular normal viewer, you just look at a YouTube video and you think, that's how it's supposed to be, but you don't actually kind of realize like what they're doing. So,
yeah.
When Mr. Beast starts out his videos like saying, guys, we did this and this and this, in the first 5 seconds, you don't mentally think as a viewer, you're like, oh, he's trying to hook us. Like,
does Mr. Beast have a show on Netflix? I think he was going to start
he's
one.
Actually, I think it's with Prime now.
Yeah.
And
okay.
they're working on something. So, but that's the thing. Like, even though Mr. Beast is big on platforms like Instagram and TikTok, his main platform is YouTube, and because he's done so well with it, he is getting millions of dollars in brand deals. He started his own company,
the burgers.
The burgers.
The burgers, they're okay. I'm gonna say.
Well, the burgers, that was kind of not his fault, but to my understanding. But so yeah, but yeah. Point is, like, blowing up with long form is such a big. It pays off a lot more, and the reason for that is, and this is what I talk about with short form all the time, is you have to understand that with short form, it's a very top of funnel thing. So short form is just getting your face out there and getting more people to recognize you as a person, but it's not a relationship builder.
Exactly.
That's the thing with long form, is that it builds relationships. So if you only do YouTube and you're posting only 10-minute long videos, like a person I bring up all the time is Sam Sulek. He hit all of his videos, whether you know him or not. He's a weightlifter, and he posts. His videos are literally anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes long.
Yeah,
maybe like 40.
I don't even know how he does that, because it really, like, there's almost 2 or 3 different reasons that people stay on YouTube. I mean, the first one is either they're just bored, but the 2 biggest ones are just value and entertainment. Somehow, I guess he provides a little bit of both. You really do have just to find a structure.
I used to watch him a good amount, and people just, I guess, tend to like watching him before they go to bed because it's really calming.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's no different than looking up kind of like
ASMR.
Yeah, ASMR.
Like, I'm so confused. How does that work?
Those don't provide any like one ASMR video is no really different than another one, but people just like to whatever. But Sam Sulek, the reason that Sam Sulek has such a cult-like following is because his viewers spend so much time with him. He doesn't post really anything. He has a TikTok, but he doesn't really post to it that much. His Instagram, he doesn't post to really ever, like once a month maybe. So the only time that Sam Sulek's followers are spending with him is mainly on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so when you spend, it's no different than hanging out with someone in real life. If you spend every single day with someone for like hours on end, you're going to develop a pretty strong relationship with that person. Whether you hate them or you love them, you're going to feel strongly about them in some way.
Exactly.
And so, that's no different with online videos. When you with short form, that is the downside, is that, you could be posting 3 times a day, but you have to understand that if your videos are only 60 seconds long, your viewers are only spending 3 minutes a day with you.
Exactly.
So they're not spending a ton of time with you. They might recognize you, but they're not going to develop a good relationship. And good relationships are where those quality leads come in, those die-hard buyers will come in. If Sam Sulek released a T-shirt tomorrow, he would sell out instantly, no matter, assuming it was within reason, but no matter how many he had. And so... and he's not even the biggest YouTuber. So that's my thing with like long form, is that it develops relationships so quickly.
It's almost just like the bottom line of the funnel. They're all the big dogs out there. I don't even know who does it. So Sam Sulek, obviously, Alex Hormozy. I see his shorts all the time, but then I see him on YouTube, and that's where I click, and that's where I know a lot about him. I bought his book, a couple of his courses because of it. So, I mean, bottom line, just being on almost every single social media platform is the way. But as an everyday person, like, somebody that doesn't have a content team. You just really have to pick, and it also just matters on what your goal is. If you're trying to get millions of followers for whatever reason, just to be famous, of course, TikTok and Instagram is the way. You obviously know it. But if you're trying to build a business or build a brand, long form is where you're going to get those long-term viewers. People with short attention spans. I watch TikTok too much unreligiously. My attention span is horrible. So I don't think I've ever bought a product online from Instagram. From YouTube, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's exactly how I go about it.
Yeah, and the content funnel I feel like is pretty simple. I think short form is top of funnel, so that's where people are getting to know your face. They're getting to know you and recognizing you.
Yeah.
But no relationships are really built other than that. Like it's very surface level. And then YouTube is or long form content is middle of funnel, so that's where you're developing that relationship, getting people to know you as a person more, and getting developing just a stronger kind of feeling towards you. And then obviously bottom of funnel is either like sales or just like people in the DMs, like you actually conversating with people.
Exactly.
And I say sales because it depends on Sam Solik's not going to be DMing people. If he releases something, it's just going to go straight to sales. So
exactly. Yeah. So I mean, the way that you and I personally look at it is it's just a funnel. The actual popular term for it is a social funnel, where you're, I guess, putting yourself out there. It's almost like the popular kid in high school. He doesn't really do much. He's just publicly known for that, for the what he does. So we're known for what we do specifically, not really specifically what we do in our life. Like, if you and I were flexing our supercars, like, okay, cool, but we don't actually know what you do. So, kind of putting yourself associated to what the business you do, that's where people are actually going to want to get involved. And also on top of that, personal brand is probably 10x more effective than a faceless brand or, anything, because your face is tied to it. So if you scam me on a product, like your face is on it, I'm going to recognize you next time I see your YouTube channel or wherever you're at. And yeah.
And your name's out there. And
oh yeah.
I have firsthand experience with that, because the first time I ever got introduced to social media and got into it is when I was building a theme page, and I grew that to a little over 500,000 followers.
Oh yeah.
But I grew it I started it because I was trying to sell my clothing brand.
Yeah.
And so the problem is I didn't realize this, but my thought process was, I'm going to start this TikTok. This was like May of 2020 when COVID hit.
Yeah.
I'm going to start my TikTok and
get that attention.
I'm going to grow big time, because I saw all these creators growing, and I realized that it's literally impossible to market a clothing brand on TikTok when you don't have your face on there.
Yeah.
So like when you have a theme page that is posting videos that aren't of you, nobody wants to buy, bro.
Yeah.
So I think maybe out of 500,000 people following me, I probably had like 5 sales. Seriously.
Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
Like that's how bad it is.
That's terrible.
I would never suggest. It's very easy to grow with a theme page.
Yeah.
In my opinion, but
not lucrative.
It's not lucrative. It's very hard.
Bro, that was the big thing in 2016 and 2017. Starting a theme page, selling your people's drop shipping promotions, that sort of thing.
Especially on Instagram, yeah.
Oh my, bro, I ran one up too. I got up to like 50,000 followers in 2 weeks of starting this Among Us theme page whenever that game just launched. But I completely understand that with the clothing brand, because no matter how many eyeballs you get, that's what people associate it. They think a lot of eyeballs, a lot of sales. Maybe out of 500,000 people, that's like a 10th or 100th%. Like, that is awful. The conversion rate and the relationship is going to obviously exponentially shoot up that conversion rate. But that's really all I have to go about it. If my face wasn't on my YouTube channel, I made generic ass tutorials, I probably wouldn't have any sales. And I have people that buy my product from me, and it says on the website 3 to 5 day delivery. After 2 days, they're like emailing me saying, "Did you scam me? What's going on?" And then I don't even try to be rude to them. I just simply reply with, if I wanted to scam you out of $400, my face is on the page, all this sort of stuff. Like, I'm just being honest with people. So that's why people trust me. But that's exactly it.
100%.
I think we're good.
Great. Yeah, I think this is a great conversation. I mean, I don't think either of us have a podcast, but we're going to use this for close. And
all right.
Yeah.
There we go. Good talking to you.
Yeah.